Hello, Troop 516. This is Mr. Duncan, the fourth best knot tire in Troop 516. My son Gabriel's holding the camera today. You know, he's actually a lot better knot tire than me. He used to teach knots at the new camp out. So if you ever get stuck and you see him, you can ask him because he's a lot better than me. I want to review a little bit on the Clove Hitch. Today we're going to do 2 half hitches and the taut line hitch, and they each follow after the Clove Hitch. So let's look at the Clove Hitch real quick. Remember to do the Clove Hitch? We toss the line over our stick, reach over, run it around our thumb, toss it back over the stick, reach through, and that's Clove Hitch. You'll notice the X. And on the back side, my ropes are nice and parallel. That's a Clove Hitch. Remember what it looked like? See the earlier video on how to tie it. What we're going to see next is 2 half hitches. 2 half hitches is when you want to tie a rope to, say, a standing piece of bamboo held with one of my shop clamps. Turns out that two half hitches is basically just a Clove Hitch. Here I have, in this hand, I've got my standing end, and on this end, in my left hand, is my running end. I'm going to start by just dropping my running end over the standing end. My standing end is serving the purpose of the stick earlier when I was tying the Clove Hitch. And I just run that through just like before. And then just like a Clove Hitch, I toss it over one more time. And then run it back up through the hole. And snug it up. Hopefully you all can see that is a Clove Hitch. See the X? The ropes are parallel on the back side. And my standing end of the rope just serves the same purposes as the stick did earlier. Let's untie that and do it one more time. All right. In my right hand, I have the standing end of the rope. In my left hand, I have the running end. Just lay the end of the rope over the standing end. Run it up through the hole, like that. Roll it over one more time, back up through the hole. And there is a Clove Hitch tied onto the rope itself, and we call that 2 half hitches. You can snug that right up to your standing end like that. And I've heard it said that 2 half hitches will hold the devil. It's a strong knot and easy to tie. It's just a Clove Hitch tied onto the rope itself. All right. Let's look at the next knot. The next knot I want to show you is the taut line hitch. The taut line hitch is very similar to the 2 half hitches, but it's got one extra turn. I'm using a little different rope here. My green rope is nice and soft and easy to see, but it's really slippery. A taut line hitch is best tied with something that's not quite so slippery. This polyester rope is not nearly as slippery as that other piece. So, to do a taut line hitch, we start just like we were doing 2 half hitches. We drop our running end over our standing end, and we run it up through the hole. Just like that. But now we do it one more time. we run it through the hole 2 times. You see that? And then to finish off the taut line hitch, we drop it over the outside 1 time and run the running end up through that hole. And we snug up the knot. All this snugging I'm doing is called forming your knot. Getting it all down nice and tight. Hopefully you'll see something there that looks a lot like a clove hitch. There's my X. But now, instead of having 2 pieces of rope parallel, I've got 3. You see that? Taut line hitch is, once I get it formed up nice, it's a knot that won't slip. I'm pulling on it pretty hard. Back up a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. I'm pulling on this rope pretty hard. It's not going to slide. It's a taut hitch, but it's adjustable. The taut line hitch is something great when you're, it'll slide if you don't form your knot real well. See how strong that is? The taut line hitch is real handy when this end is tied around a tent stake and the other end is tied maybe to a tie out on your tent. It's an adjustable hitch. Let's look at how to tie that one more time. All right. We start just like our 2 half hitches, which we know is a clove hitch. Start with my running end. I drop it over the standing end. And I run it up through the hole. And then I do it one more time. I wrap the running end around the standing end twice to the inside of the loop. And then, just like my clove hitch, I drop it over one more time and run it up through the hole. And then form the knot, cinch it down, get it real tight. There's 3 pieces of rope parallel on the back side, and there's the X on the front. And there is your taut line hitch. Very strong. I'm pulling with all my strength, and it's not budging, but it is adjustable. Oops, got to reform it. Make sure it's tight. And now, I'm pulling that real tight and it won't budge. All right? There's one more interesting thing you can do with the taut line hitch is you can make it easily removable. Instead of running it up through the hole all the way, like that, what you can do is make a little loop right here. This is called a bight, B-I-G-H-T. Run it up. I can make a little loop and put the loop through that last hole. And now I still have a taut line hitch that's really snug. When I'm ready to go home for the weekend, I just pull that out and it comes undone very quickly. You see that? Let's do that one more time. Take this running end, drop it over the standing end, roll it to the inside of the loop one time, roll it in one more time, See that? Drop it over and make a bite, a bend. Snug it up real tight. Form your knot. Remember, a pretty knot is a well-tied knot. Okay? And then, oops, I've got to form that knot a little bit better. This nylon, polyester rope is still a little bit slippery. There we go. Form that knot up tightly, and that will not budge. But I can release it very quickly. All right, folks. That's it. I showed you how to tie 2 half hitches, which is just a taut line, which is just a clove hitch on the standing end of a rope. And I showed you how to do the taut line hitch, which is the same as 2 half hitches with an extra turn. And I showed you the quick release taut line hitch. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll make some more videos. If you ever have questions, go talk to Gabe, because he's a much better knot tire than me. Thanks for watching.